It's a dictatorship, not democracy. You can't impose it. Those who call themselves Democrats have seen scenes where people were prevented from joining assemblies.
Hello everyone, welcome once again to Think Tank Tips. So let me use this opportunity to first of all say Happy International Youth Day to every youth in Nigeria, in Africa and in the world at large. Now, as the world went ahead to celebrate International Youth Day, Ibrahim Traore, who is the president of Burkina Faso, held a meet and greet session with Burkina Faso youths and other youths that came from other parts of Africa. And he said some strong words that actually got to my mind, and I said I should bring to you to hear for yourself because it was actually very striking. Now, he referred to African Union presidents and the ECOWAS president, where he said, if what you call democracy is sending people to RIP when they come out to protest, and you call us to come and join that so-called democracy, we are obviously not interested. Yes, I began to wonder how that a military president will be the one to be advising democratically elected presidents like the leaders of ECOWAS and the leaders of African Union on what democracy truly is about. I'd like you to take a look at the words of Ibrahim Traore that has gained media attention just today. And I'll be coming back to give you my thoughts about the neo-colonialism that is actually real in Africa and what Africans must do at this point to be liberated from the neo-colonialism.
How can you impose democracy by killing millions of people? It's a dictatorship, not democracy. You can't impose it. Those who call themselves Democrats have seen scenes where people were prevented from joining assemblies. We've seen scenes where forces landed in assemblies to force deputies to take texts. We've seen more terrible scenes where people kill their demonstrators. But they call themselves Democrats, and we're called Persians. If that's democracy, I repeat, we don't want this democracy. And when you see incompetence, they don't seek to know what the real meaning of the word democracy is. They cling to the definition given to them by imperialism and start talking about democracy without really knowing the basics. That's incompetence. You have to know, look at the world to redefine democracy as we want it in Africa. Incompetence hides behind freedom. Remember, there is no individual freedom. It's a fact. Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome all the young people from the 13 regions who are in the room and those who have not been able to access the room. To all the young people from Africa, to accompany the youth, welcome to the land of integral men. I would like to pay a vibrant tribute to our strong security and defense forces who fight day and night for Burkina Faso to be and remain beautiful. I would like us to take a minute to pray for those who are on the ground and also for the rest of the souls of those who have fallen for our country. Thank you. Thank you. Let us give thanks to God for allowing us to be here today to celebrate the International Youth Day in good health. I say this very often because human beings often forget God when they have no problem. When they are in happiness. But when worries come, this is when we remember God. Give thanks every day for the breath of life and for health. Youth from Burkina Faso, youth from Africa, youth, this phase of life where we have enough strength, enough energy, like the paraphrase, the slammer that has just passed. Youth is the time when we have spent enough time. We must take advantage of the time we have been given. Use the energy necessary to reach our goals, to change the world, to change our world, to change the world of others positively. Children want to grow up to be young. Older people want to grow up to be young. Everyone wants to be young. Youth is a blessing. So take advantage of youth to do useful work. This is why when I see in the chosen theme, the first two words that come to mind, integration, security. Africa faces many challenges, and we must ask ourselves questions. Is youth an asset or a handicap for the development of nations? The answer is simple and unequivocal, and you know it. Developed countries mostly have an aging population, and currently many countries have launched programs to rejuvenate their populations. Africa has this chance to have a very young population. But why is Africa not developed? We must therefore look at the question of why Africa has a young population and why it is not developed, and why developed countries seek to rejuvenate their populations. We must transform our youth into a real asset and engine of development for our continent. To do this, we need integration. We need security and development. We need to unite. You will hear about the African Union. Yes, it exists, but what is the effect of the African Union? We cannot talk about integration and not talk about the African Union, because it is this organization that should unite us, create real integration. But we regret to see this war that persists on the African continent, that kills millions of young people, and that this organization, which has the head of state provided with an army, cannot organize itself to support certain countries.
You've seen it for yourself that this word called neo-colonialism is real. It's not just a fiction. And I'm glad about the fact that the likes of Ibrahim Traore have been able to break out of that cocoon mentality of some African presidents. It's unfortunate that some African presidents look down on themselves when they have to meet with their Western contemporaries, because this thing has eaten deep into them. This is what the Western world have always used as a weapon to take advantage of the African states for the betterment of the Western world. Just early as of today, I saw a letter that was written by Festus Keyamo, who is the Minister of Aviation, to UK authorities, condemning the fact that they have been restricting Air Peace, who is an international airline, from landing in major cities, United States. Of course, you all understand the aero politics, where the Western countries have the opportunity to land in major cities in Africa, like in Nigeria, but they have restricted Air Peace for a very long time from landing in major cities in UK, and you can see what that really is. Kudos to the Minister of Aviation for standing upright and fighting for Air Peace, which is a local airline based here in Nigeria. Please do want to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the words of Ibrahim Traore on International Youth Day, and we shall continually be here to serve you.